Does it seem like your partner never admits their faults? We're here to shine a light on this frustrating aspect of living with a narcissist. Join us as we explore these challenging behaviours and offer strategies for coping and understanding. Let's uncover the truth behind the blame game. 1. The art of deflection. Narcissistic wives are adept at the skillful practice of deflection. When confronted with their actions, they possess an uncanny ability to swiftly divert attention away from themselves and onto others. It's like a magician's sleight of hand, where the focus shifts so seamlessly that you find yourself questioning whether you were even addressing the right issue. They'll expertly sidestep accountability, leaving you bewildered and frustrated. This art of deflection is a cornerstone of their strategy, allowing them to maintain a facade of innocence and control over the narrative. 2. Masters of the gaslighting technique. Gaslighting is a manipulative technique that narcissistic wives have down to a science. They skillfully distort your perception of reality, making you doubt your own experiences and memories. Picture a scenario where you vividly recall an event, only to have the narcissistic wife assert with unwavering confidence that it never happened that way. They might say, "You must be mistaken," or "You're imagining things." This leaves you second-guessing your own sanity. It's a power play to keep you off balance and pliable, ensuring they remain in the driver's seat of the relationship. 3. Denial and distortion of facts. In the world of a narcissistic wife, facts are as malleable as clay in a sculptor's hands. They have an uncanny knack for denying the undeniable and distorting the crystal clear. It's not just about bending the truth, it's about reshaping it entirely to fit their preferred narrative. They'll confidently assert versions of events that are so far removed from reality that it's as if they inhabit an entirely different universe. This denial and distortion serve as their shields, protecting them from the weight of responsibility. It's a disorienting experience for anyone trying to hold them accountable, leaving you grappling with the question of whether you can ever trust their version of events. 4. Projecting insecurities onto others. A narcissistic wife often grapples with her own inner demons and insecurities. Rather than confronting them head-on, she employs a cunning tactic of projection. When confronted with someone who exudes strength and confidence, she impulsively transfers her own fears and doubts onto them. In doing so, she unfairly accuses them or criticizes them for traits or actions she finds threatening. This twisted form of self-preservation allows her to divert attention from her own shortcomings, leaving the unsuspecting recipient to bear the weight of her unresolved issues. It's crucial to remember, however, that you are not obligated to carry the burden of another person's anxieties. You have your own journey, your own strengths, and your own path to navigate. 5. The power of belittling and undermining. In the arsenal of a narcissistic wife, belittling and undermining are potent weapons aimed at chipping away at your self-worth. Through sarcasm, dismissive remarks, and undermining actions, she deliberately downplays your achievements, skills, and very essence. Her goal is clear: to maintain a sense of superiority and control. By making you feel small and insignificant, she seeks to solidify her dominance. It's essential to recognize that you are a person of value, deserving of respect and recognition. Don't allow her demeaning tactics to tarnish your self-perception. Instead, stand tall and steadfast in the knowledge that you are worthy of acknowledgement and appreciation, regardless of her attempts to diminish you. Remember, her behaviour reflects her insecurities, not your true worth. 6. Fanning the flames of jealousy. Within the realm of a narcissistic wife's tactics, jealousy becomes a powerful tool to maintain control. She fixates on the idea that her self-worth is intrinsically tied to your attention and approval. If she perceives any external source of admiration or connection, it triggers irrational fear and envy. In response, she endeavours to manipulate and regain dominance over you. This may manifest in a barrage of messages, passive-aggressive remarks, or other attempts to assert her presence. It's vital to recognise that her jealousy is not a reflection of your actions, but rather an expression of her own insecurities. Hold fast to the understanding that you have the agency to form connections and pursue activities that enrich your own well-being. You are not beholden to her need for control, and you have the power to safeguard your emotional equilibrium. 7. Sabotage. Undermining your progress. A narcissistic wife's need for dominance extends to a desire to stifle your personal growth and achievements. This takes the form of calculated acts designed to erode your confidence and impede your forward momentum. Whether through spreading false information, covertly criticizing your efforts, or openly thwarting your endeavors, she seeks to maintain a power dynamic in which she reigns supreme. It's important to recognize that her attempts at sabotage are not a reflection of your abilities or worth. You possess the resilience and determination to persevere in spite of her efforts. By acknowledging your accomplishments as valid and deserving of recognition, you can transcend the confines of her manipulative tactics and continue on your path to personal fulfillment. 8. The triangulation game. This strategy involves bringing in a third party to a discussion, and it serves to create conflict, sow seeds of insecurity, and foster a sense of rivalry. By diverting attention away from healthy two-way communication and trust building, she positions herself as the central figure. Additionally, she fuels feelings of competition by comparing your attributes and achievements to those of the third party. It's essential to recognize that this triangulation is a ploy to maintain control and assert dominance. By understanding this tactic, you can work to preserve authentic connections and fortify your own sense of self-worth, independent of her manipulative efforts. 9. The seduction of love bombing. A narcissistic wife will frequently use love bombing to entrap and maintain control. In moments of intense affection, she showers you with love and attention, making you feel like the center of her universe. This surge of emotion can be intoxicating, creating a deep emotional attachment. However, this is often followed by a sudden withdrawal, leaving you bewildered and craving her approval. It's important to recognize this pattern for what it is, a means to exert control and manipulate your emotions. By understanding the cyclical nature of love bombing, you can safeguard your emotional well-being and resist being drawn into her web of manipulation. 10. The silent treatment, a tool of control. For a narcissistic wife, the silent treatment becomes a powerful tool to induce anxiety and assert control. By abruptly withdrawing communication and emotional support, she aims to make you feel invisible, unworthy, and desperate for her attention. This calculated act is meant to reinforce her dominance and create a sense of dependency. It's crucial to remember that her actions do not define your worth. You have the strength to find comfort within yourself, and if necessary, establish boundaries that protect your emotional well-being. You may take control of your own story and recover your identity by resisting her manipulations. 11. Manipulations. Strings attached. Manipulation is a cornerstone of a narcissistic wife's behavior. Through a range of calculated techniques, she endeavors to shape your thoughts, emotions, and actions to serve her own self-serving agenda. Her goal is to keep you firmly under her control, and she employs various tactics to achieve this end. Recognizing these manipulative strategies empowers you to maintain autonomy over your own thoughts and decisions and protect your emotional well-being. 12. Exploitation. Your worth as a pawn. To a narcissistic wife, you're sometimes viewed not as an individual deserving of respect, but as a means to an end. She shamelessly takes advantage of your skills, resources, and assistance without offering anything in return or expressing genuine gratitude. Recognizing this exploitation allows you to set boundaries and assert your own worth. You are not a pawn in a self-serving game, and you have the power to reclaim your agency and protect your emotional well-being. 13. Playing the victim card. Playing the victim is a favoured card in the narcissistic wife's deck. By portraying herself as the injured party, she deflects responsibility, avoids facing consequences, and gains sympathy and support from others. This tactic makes it challenging for anyone to question her behaviour or disagree with her narrative. Setting and upholding firm boundaries is crucial to resisting this powerful manipulation. By prioritising your own well-being and not succumbing to unjustified sympathy or attention, you can protect yourself from being drawn into her web of deceit. 14. The cycle of denial and apology. In the world of a narcissistic wife, apologies are often a means to an end, rather than a genuine expression of remorse. They may temporarily acknowledge their wrongdoings, only to swiftly revert back to their manipulative tactics once the storm has passed. This cycle of denial and apology serves as a powerful tool to keep you tethered to their web of control. It's important to recognise that true change rarely accompanies these apologies. Instead, they serve to maintain the illusion of empathy while preserving the status quo. Breaking free from this cycle requires a steadfast commitment to prioritising your own well-being and setting firm boundaries. 15. Escaping the web. Setting boundaries. Empowerment lies in the establishment and enforcement of clear boundaries. Recognise that you have the right to protect your emotional well-being. This may entail limiting contact, seeking support from trusted friends or professionals, and refusing to engage in manipulative games. By firmly asserting your boundaries, you can reclaim control over your own life and refuse to be a pawn in the narcissistic wife's game. It's a courageous step towards self-preservation, one that can lead to a future defined by authenticity and emotional freedom. Understanding the narcissist is crucial. Up next on your watch list, breaking free from the narcissistic supply chain, or reasons why your narcissistic wife doesn't want sex. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and hit that subscribe button.